This is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus Smackdown. Sorry, it's been a little delayed, but I had to track things down because SmackDown was on Fox Sports 1 instead. So getting hold of it was, you don't need to know about all that bullshit. Anyway, this was good as a go-home show for sure. Certainly the major events that are going on, I am excited about. If you hear tromping around, that's just my kids running around. I'm the star of the show, she says on the audio. Nice. She has very little interest at this point because she realizes I am not videoing this as well. So anyway, we see how Kevin Owens destroyed Jey Uso with tables, ladders, and chairs last week. I don't want no scrubs. We see how Owens went looking for Roman Reigns, but Reigns attacked him from behind and beat him down, and then did that great promo to Owens' wife and kids. We're on Fox Sports 1 from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, from the Thunderdome. Michael Cole is welcoming us to this go-home edition. He's there with Corey Graves. He hypes up the show, presented by Progressive Flow. Here comes Kevin Owens. Greg Hamilton does the introduction. The area is filled with tables, ladders, and chairs. So did they just record this after Raw? They were like, well, okay, AJ, get out of there. And drag Drew Galloway away. It's time to bring Kevin Owens out. He takes the mic. He addresses Roman Reigns. He's been waiting all week. He's not waiting anymore. All this kind of good stuff. Reigns doesn't show. Man. But Owens kind of reverses it on him and says, my family was watching, but they're not scared of what you're going to do to me. But what are they going to think of me after they see what I do to you? The fans cheer, and he calls Reigns out again. Owens goes on to say that his family knows that Reigns is a hypocrite and all this kind of stuff. Heyman appears on the big screen. Owens and he go back and forth. That's the long and short of it. Owens exits the ring and marches up the ramp. Go to commercial. Adam Pearce is backstage walking with Owens and trying to talk him out of going to Reigns' locker room, reminding him that TLC is on Sunday. Owens knocks on Reigns' door, but the music hits and Reigns and Heyman are heading to the ring. And so now Owens is watching them from the TV screen in the back. Again, normally this would be an aggravating way to begin a show, but because this is a go-home and we're doing this thing where Reigns and Owens, we're looking forward to that match, it all works. It works very much. There's never hard and fast rules. That's the thing I want to say here at the beginning. There is no hard and fast rule of you can't ever do this or you should always do this. It always just comes down to this simple standard. If it works, it's great. And this is working. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. Reigns calls Owens to the ring. Here comes Owens, and then Jey attacks him from behind at the bottom of the ramp. Owens starts to fight back. Reigns comes out, and then they beat him down until he's laid out face down on the ground. The officials run down to try to break it up. Owens starts to get up, but Reigns launches him into the barrier. Heyman comes out and puts the title over to Reigns, puts it over his shoulder. And then they march away, and Owens can't really get up successfully. The Street Profits are going to defend against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Go back to commercial. By the way, it was cool seeing Ron Nemi, who's quite the notable guy in wrestling here in Florida. He went to the Steel Panther concert and had a picture of he and Dolph Ziggler together. I thought that was a lot of fun. Really, really cool to see. Back from the break, we see what just happened to Kevin Owens. God, I wish they wouldn't do this. I guess I understand them doing it. It just feels like a waste of airtime to just repeat what they have just shown us. Reigns is in the back with Heyman. Usos very hyped up, talks about how Owens got the message, all that kind of stuff. Reigns, though, very smartly says he knows Owens' kind and he's not going to stop no matter what. He tells Uso to end him, take him out. Uso walks off. Now we got our tag team title match. Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler versus the Street Profits. The Street Profits are the champs here. The two teams go at it. The match is quite good. They take a commercial in the middle of it. Aggravating. Oh boy, roll-ups abound in this fucking thing. God. And the Street Profits win. Still to come, Carmella's champagne toast to Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Bianca. We see Kevin Owens backstage, walking with officials who are telling him now is not the time. Uso attacks him, lays Owen out with a steel chair. Owen stumbles back to his feet. Boy, they're getting the sympathy on him, aren't they? Back from the break, Kayla Braxton is with Bianca Belair. Belair disagrees that Bayley's a role model. She said she's always wanted to face her. Bayley always has something to say. She goes off with her catchphrase. We've got the Riot Squad against Billie Kay and Tamina Snuka. Horrible. Match is choppy as you would expect it to be. Riot looks pretty good here. I'll say that. And, oh my gosh, they actually hit a finisher and get the win, Riot Squad. That's a nice change of pace. Tamina looks on at Kay, who has fallen, annoyed, because they sort of set up the story that Tamina at one point had the match kind of in hand. Carmella's backstage with her sommelier. I like saying that word. Back to commercial. Jesus, another commercial. Back from the break. Got a champagne toast. We see highlights of their main event where Sasha Banks retained, but Carmella won by DQ. Oh, jeez. Out she comes with her new entrance, Carmella, that is. They boo her. She sings "'Tis the Season." It's horrible. She's going to make the toast. She jokes about the champagne bottle she's shattered over Banks. Carmella says Banks got herself disqualified, so she knows she can beat her on Sunday. She keeps running her down. Sasha samples the party favors and then attacks her. They brawl and brawl and brawl and brawl. Carmella attacks while Banks is grabbing the sommelier. Smashes another champagne bottle over her back. And she goes down. There we go. Still to come, the first annual Sammy Awards and Bayley against Bianca Belair. So Kevin Owens is back in the training room. Jey Uso runs in and attacks him. Subtle. They brawl, but Owens is clearly hurt. Uso drives Owens through a table with a spine buster. Referee runs in. Owens is in pain. Now we got Otis, oh boy, against Shinsuke Nakamura, oh boy, twice. Holy fuck, Otis beats him with a second rope Vader bomb. And all of Japan cries. Otis is standing tall. Gable hits the ring and hugs him. Yeah, you're hooked up with Gable. Who's getting the rub off of whom? Or is nobody getting a rub? Sami Zayn is backstage in a suit, preparing the Sammy Awards. They have 5 gold awards to hand out later. He yells for somebody to polish them. Big E walks up, dressed for the awards, and he's just laughing like a goofball. Apparently he's going to ruin the award ceremony. And in spite of myself, I laugh, man. Big E's got it, man. He's just got that charisma. He can just get away. Like I said, shouldn't he be more serious if they're readying him for whatever? But, you know, when you're good at shit, you can just do it. And he's good at shit. I'm glad he's getting to show his motherfucking personality and give us something to look forward to, whatever that is, with this nonsense. All right, so we got a Happy Holidays video. It's got Drew McIntyre and others battling a 2020 monster, then teaming with 2021 to put the 2020 monster away. It's dumb as fuck, and I gotta admit I really liked it. I'm not even gonna defend it. I'm just gonna say that I fucking liked it, and it was ludicrous, and it was great. It's sort of acknowledging the world and all this kind of stuff. I'm for it. Back from the break. Who's gonna be on Talking Smack? Who fucking cares? Graves plugs The Rock's interview with Jay Glazer. There was no mention of the interview that Sasha Banks was going to do with Charlotte Wilder. Oh, wow. Chad Gable and Otis are backstage. Yay. They're going to hydrate. Great. So we got WWE Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn at the podium. He's wearing his suit. Says the Slammy Awards are going to be Wednesday, but they've taken a dive in recent years. And they're all about corporatism. Sammy Awards aren't like that. It's about the will of the people, man. He's trying to get you guys on board. And the video package, which Corey Graves is narrating, is all about Sammy and how great he's been. Ridiculous. Comeback of the year. Sami Zayn. Nice. Match of the year. Sammy defeating AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. He's doing it. Superstar of the year. Big E. What the? Big E comes out to accept his award. Sammy's still trying to do an acceptance speech. He pushes Big E out of the way, but Big E attacks, slams his face into the tables, launches him down the ramp. Big E raises his award and then shatters it on the ground. Sammy's upset. Madness. Kayla Braxton's with Bayley. Heard everything Bianca Belair had to say. Says she's going to put Belair on the mat. We got the match. You probably already better heard all. It is a dumb finish. I can't imagine. Bianca Belair, after all this build-up, gets eye-raked, then gets put down face first with kind of like the stroke, and then Bayley wins. Wow. We hyped the TLC pay-per-view. Here comes Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Paul Heyman. He's going to deliver this message. Owens limps down, grabs a steel chair, takes out Uso. He hits the ring. He stops Reigns from picking a chair up. Uso super kicks Owens to save Reigns. And then Reigns spears Owens, and you know it's going to get bad. Reigns hit him with chair shots and punching him, and Uso sliding tables and more chairs in the ring. Uso puts Owens through a table. Owens is still crawling around. Reigns is talking to him. It's just really great stuff. Heat-getting stuff. Reigns slams Owens with a chair. And then does the same with like half of the table that they broke. Oof. 2 more tables are slid in the ring. He's just burying them under all this crap. Chairs are in the ring now. Slams ladders down on top of Owens. Starts delivering chair shots to the pile. People are mad about this. It looks great. Reigns, Uso, and Heyman return backstage. Kayla's waiting. Reigns tells her she can have one question, which I like a lot. The TV screen behind him has Owens crawling out from under the weapons in the ring. He takes the mic, says there's nothing Reigns or his family can do to keep him down. Wow. Kayla disappears, and Reigns walks away. Owens continues his promo. He says he's going to win the Universal title or die trying. Woof. Heat, 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 baby. Love it, love it, love it. Looking forward to TLC, which is later tonight, actually. This is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum versus Smackdown. all the way from December 18th, 2020.